Good evening, I'm James Carter. The story I'm about to tell you tonight will expose what might be the biggest deception in American politics. Because today, former Congressman Michael Davidson, who was declared dead 2 years ago, has been confirmed alive with concrete evidence. Yes, you heard that right. Michael Davidson, who was announced dead from a heart attack in October 2022, whose funeral was held, whose grave was dug, was captured today at Los Angeles International Airport. But that's not the most shocking part of this story. The real bombshell is why they said he died. And even more importantly, who orchestrated this game? Let's first remember that night, October 12, 2022, 2:30 a.m. Emergency statement from the private hospital in Washington, D.C. Congressman Michael Davidson passed away due to a heart attack. By morning, social media was buzzing. Political circles were in shock. Because Michael Davidson wasn't just any congressman. He was someone who had been making very critical statements recently, taking the front lines in intra-party reckonings. But now we've learned. The person who died at the hospital that night wasn't Michael Davidson. So who died? And why was such a game necessary? October 14th, 2022. A magnificent funeral ceremony was held in Washington, D.C. Thousands attended. From the vice president to opposition leaders, everyone was there. Wreaths rained down on the coffin, speeches were made. But the documents I have today show that Michael Davidson's body wasn't in that coffin. There were only sandbags. And a note. The note read, "If you want to learn the truth, search the old printing houses in Brooklyn." Who wrote this note? And why did they leave such a coded message? We followed the clue. In Brooklyn, near the old Manhattan Bridge, there was an abandoned printing house. From the outside, it looked completely empty. But inside, a complete living space had been set up. Bed, television, refrigerator, even a computer. And on the walls, Michael Davidson's photos were hanging. But these photos were taken after the funeral. Photos taken after the man died. Neighbors told us, "We've been seeing someone for 2 years. He would come and go at night. But we never saw his face. He always walked around with a hat and mask." But the most shocking discovery was made in the basement of the printing house. There, inside metal safes, a total of $3.8 million in cash was found. And next to it, fake identity documents. These documents showed that Michael Davidson had been living as Robert Miller after his death. He had bank accounts, even used credit cards. So where had he gotten this money? And why did he need to hide? When our investigation deepened, the horrifying truth emerged. Michael Davidson actually possessed very dangerous information within the party. Especially his recent statements had disturbed certain circles, because he had documents that would expose major corruption. These documents included fake tender documents, secret fund transfers, offshore account information, and most importantly, WhatsApp conversations involving high-level names. But just as Davidson was about to reveal this information, he died. So did he really die? Or was another plan implemented to silence him? Audio recordings we obtained show that a secret meeting was held 1 week before Davidson's death. 3 people were in this meeting. Michael Davidson, a high-level figure from within the party, I cannot reveal their identity yet, and a specialist, probably a professional in this business. The meeting went like this. "I can't take it anymore. Either I'm going to talk or..." "Calm down, Michael. We have a proposal for you. You'll both be saved, and the documents will be safe." "What do you mean?" "We stage your death. You hide for a few years, then you go abroad." The plan was this. Michael Davidson would be taken to the hospital, made to appear as if he had a heart attack, but actually only given strong sedatives. His pulse would slow down. He would appear dead. Then he would be put in a coffin, but removed before the actual funeral ceremony. Sandbags would be put in his place, and the funeral would be held. And Michael Davidson would start a new life with his new identity. But the plan didn't work exactly as intended, because the doctor at the hospital really thought Davidson had died. He completed the procedure, prepared an official death certificate, and this document entered the system. In this situation, Davidson was now officially dead. His ID number was canceled, his accounts were frozen. That's why he had to live with a fake identity. And this forced him to hide even more. But why didn't anyone notice for 2 years? Because very few people knew about this plan, and they all had interests in staying silent, the high-level figure within the party, because Davidson's information could burn him too. The doctor, because what he did was illegal. The hospital director, because he had taken money, and of course, Davidson himself. But there was one more person, and that person finally decided to speak. Davidson's former secretary, Sarah Williams. She had worked with him for 15 years. She knew all his secrets, and she had stayed in contact with him even after his death. Why did Sarah decide to speak? "I can't take it anymore," she says. "I've been living in lies for 2 years. I see his family crying. His wife still brings flowers to his grave. This is injustice." And Sarah gave us WhatsApp conversations with Davidson, audio recordings, even video footage. In these videos, Michael Davidson speaks openly. "I'm considered dead, but I'm alive. But I was forced into this plan. Because if I were to speak, I would really be killed. And the most shocking part, the documents I have are just the tip of the iceberg. The real big scandal hasn't been exposed yet. So where are those documents? And what scandal?" Davidson continues in the video. "The documents are safe, but if something happens to me, they will be automatically published. I set up a system, and today we learned that this system has been activated. Because when Davidson was caught at the airport, an application was running on his phone. This application expected a signal from him every 48 hours. If no signal came, the documents would be automatically sent to the press. And since Davidson was caught, he couldn't give the signal. Yes, tonight at 8 p.m. the documents were published, and the information inside, $12 million fake tender, $50 million smuggled abroad bribery list with 15 high-level names, and the biggest bombshell, the identity of the big brother behind this operation. Because those who staged Michael Davidson's death were actually part of a much bigger plan. This plan wasn't just to silence him, it was part of a bigger reckoning. And the person code-named Big Brother is one of the highest officials in this country. Davidson's statement, "I was just a small part. But what I know will completely change the order in this country." The story I shared with you tonight is just beginning. Michael Davidson is now officially in custody. His statement is being taken, and every word will shake the American agenda. Documents are being examined, names are emerging, and most importantly, the other characters in this story have also started talking. Because Davidson wasn't alone. There are more dead people in this game, and they're ready to talk now too. I'll be here tomorrow night at the same time, because the second part of this story will be much more shocking. I promise you, what you'll learn will make today's revelations look like child's play. Good night, and remember, sometimes the biggest truths are hidden under the gravestone.